Basically, what we have here is 187. 187 is a Colombian boa constrictor, approximately 6.5 feet long. In fact, right now, 187 has not eaten within the last 10 days. So therefore, he is very hungry. He should have eaten about 2 days ago.
Which
Normally
makes
feed him about once a week.
So does that make him more prone to attacking?
Basically, yes. At this point in time, he could snap at any time. So what I typically do with the water bottle, what I like to do right here is stick the water bottle in and kind of touch him a little bit. And basically, this lets him know it's not feeding time. Because when it's feeding time, something goes right in front of him, which is a rat, obviously. And, you know, he does what he does. He kills it, he eats it. But right now, what I'm letting him know is that it's not feeding time, so I'm kind of petting him a little bit, I guess you could say. Right. So what I like to do here, he knows it's not feeding time, so he's going to be cool. So you take him out. A lot of muscle. This snake weighs probably about 25 pounds. But that's all they do. That's all they are, is just muscle. Now when I have the snake out of the cage, he knows it's obviously not feeding time, so I can be right next to him. His face is obviously very dangerous, you know, if it needs to be. But when he's outside of the cage, he knows it's not feeding time. The snake's 8 years old. He definitely very smart. A lot of people don't understand that, but reptiles are very smart, but they're built for one purpose, is just eating, you know. But when he's out of the cage, very cool guy. Strong. Hey, why don't you get maybe a little,
Do you mind?
touch on the
Do you
belly?
mind?
Yeah.
I like to
Slow movements, and they sense the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
They sense the emotions. How about AJ right here, man? You got a 6.5-foot boa in the hands. AJ, what is your initial reaction of holding the snake right there?
Well, you know, it's pretty f***ing crazy, to be honest with you, because I've never held a snake in my life.
I mean, how are you feeling about the texture, initial reaction?
He's pretty cool.
Pretty strong.
Pretty strong. Like, he feels like a f***ing moving muscle.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
You have one big muscle in your hands right now.
I think he wants something.
Yeah. Another good thing about the boa constrictor is that's a completely arboreal snake. Arboreal means, obviously, the boas are from the rainforest. It's a Colombian boa constrictor. But they spend the majority of their life in the trees. So,
dude,
yeah. So him climbing on you like that is majority of him wanting to feel like he's on a tree branch.
Oh.
So that's completely natural right there.
So how do I... So I can let go of his bottom.
You could you could completely let go of his bottom, and he wrap his other part around your main arm, but just make sure he has some kind of support. You know, just don't leave him hanging too much. He likes to hang out in the trees a bunch of times. Sometimes I'll put him on the edge of the bed, and he'll just stay there for a couple hours.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Is this really crazy right now?
Yeah, man.
Did you already stop the recording?
No, man. You're definitely still rolling with the big boa constrictor.
This is crazy, dude. I've never had one touch me. It is crazy.
That's so tight. Bro, that's so tight.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Let me help you, bro.
Alright.
Just like that, he's in good shape. Now, this particular guy does not like going in his cage at all. So, the process of getting him in the cage is a lot harder than taking him out of the cage, because he likes coming out of the cage. So, however, it's always a challenge to get him back in the cage, because he does not like going back in the cage. So when he's out of the cage, obviously he has a better time. So when he senses it's time to go back in the cage, you can see his tail and wrap around just about anything. He does not like going back in there. So basically,
he's coming right back out.
He's coming right back out. I've got to put him right back in. And just hold him down, you know, or whatever. So what I got to do is basically just watch his head. Because because I don't want to smash his head when I put the top down. But then we got to lock it up because this guy really strong. Really strong. So we got a lock on each corner with pins in it, just to make sure this guy don't want to come out of here in the middle of the night or whatever. So they're always testing the limits of the cage, always in the middle of the night cruising around, because they're kind of nocturnal. But overall, most low maintenance pets you can ever have. One of the most fascinating pets you can ever have. Next time, you're going to have to see this bad boy eat, because when you see him eat, it's totally awesome.